Magandang araw mga kaagapay. Ako po si William Theo at kayo po ay aking inaanyayahan sa isang makabuluhang talakayan dito sa Agapay Tatak Rosa Rosal. Ang programang naglalayong maghatid ng kaalamang pangkalusugan, pag-asa at malasakit para sa bawat Pilipino ang sasa inyo. At para pag-usapan at ipakilala ang programang ito, makakasama muna natin ngayong umaga ang isa sa aking mga kasamahan sa PCSO Lotto Draw, Miss Fiona Gicale. Magandang umaga, kaagapay na Fiona.
Magandang umaga, kaagapay na William, at congratulations sa iyong bagong show na Kaagapay Tatak Rosa Rosal. Dahil isa na namang programa ang nabuo para matulungan at buhayin ang pag-asa ng ating mga kababayan. Pero bago ka magsimula sa inyong malalim na talakayan, ipakilala muna natin ang programa.
Yes, actually, Fiona, itong program na ito is basically a continuation of my lola's life and legacy. Rosa Rosal is now 97 years old, and this was her wish, is to continue her legacy. Rosa Rosal started very humbly. She started a child of the war, so they didn't have much opportunity, but through hard work and I guess a little bit of luck, she was able to get into acting, and she is one of the country's greatest contrabidas of all time. As a matter of fact, yung trophy ng FAMAS Award is katawan niya yung bust ng FAMAS na may hinahawakan siya yon. Then she's won many awards as an actress. But I think her greatest achievement is really her work in the Red Cross. And not only in the Red Cross, but dun sa blood program where she really poured out all of her life, her heart, everything nandun.
So tell us, how did the concept of the show come to life? Like, where did the inspiration come from?
Okay. Rosa Rosal's first two shows were the longest running public service shows in the country on another channel. But because of course she's a lot older now, and then there have been many cuts, we put it together actually for her para magpatuloy yung Tatak Rosa Rosal na public service at tulong, which is very different from many other people who have helped, because hindi siya namimili basta kung ano ang kaya niyang ibigay. I've had people come up to me and say, actually my co-anchor in PNA long time ago, sabi niya kung hindi dahil kay Rosa Rosal, we wouldn't be here because she helped my grandmother with blood when there was no way to get blood during the dengue outbreak. Other people have been able to adopt children through her help. So para bang in any way na kaya niyang tulungan ang tao, gagawin niya. Ako naman personally, ang anggulo ko is medical dahil sa pangangailangan natin ngayong at this particular time, where I believe that health is very important, because for you to churn out a healthy population, you first have to be healthy. Education is important, pero importante talaga ang kalusugan para meron kang maituro sa inyong mga anak.
Well, I agree. Well, why was it important for you to revive or continue the spirit of your grandmother's legacy through this program?
Well, because she's really a selfless person. She did not want to retire. And I feel that by continuing this, of course, she's of a different generation. Marami na rin na mga bata na hindi kilala si Rosa Rosal. So dahil sa programa na ito, nais kong buhayin ang personal brand of public service that she had, which means that you can help people no matter who you are. You don't need a pedigree, you don't need a position, and you don't need to be either here or there. If your heart is in it, kayang-kaya yan.
So what makes Agapay different from other health or public services shows on television today?
May puso. Palaging may puso. You can have a good script, you can have a good idea, and you can have a great concept. Marami niyan. Pero pagka nandyan ang puso sa ginagawa mo, iba yun.
I agree on that. So in what way do you want the show to serve as a bridge between medical professionals and the public?
Okay. To be honest, maraming Pilipino hanggang ngayon takot pa rin sa doktor. They do not want to see the doctor, they do not want to have check-ups until malubaha na yung sitwasyon nila, which is wrong. Because I feel, I guess anybody, is an ounce of prevention is really worth pounds and pounds of cure. Kung mapiprevent natin, we don't even have to go to the hospital. We don't even have to risk our lives and our health. So for me, I'd like to be able to disseminate, be able to help, give medicine, give a few things that people will actually need, and to open their minds and hearts na having checkups, going to the doctor is part of life. Para sa mga natatakot pa, ito, we will bridge the gap. Ayaw niyong pumunta sa ospital, dadalhin namin sa inyo yung doktor. So siguro yun muna for now.
So, William, how do you see the show evolving? Ano pa ba yung mga topics dito or ano ba yung masusubaybayan ng ibang tao?
Okay, eventually gusto kong makaimbita ng mga pasyente. We will choose patients, especially from far-flung areas, no, who need help, need medical assistance, need medicines, and we bridge them with the doctors who can help them, and hopefully we can give some sort of medication, maybe for senior citizens, a cane or even a wheelchair. This is how I see it evolving, at least within the first season. Everything that we can do para matulungan sila. Ang aking layunin is pagka umalis sila sa studio, ay mas giginhawa ang buhay nila. Hindi lang ngayong araw na ito, pero sa pangmatagalan.
And last question, how do you like the show to be remembered? Ano yung gusto mong maging impact nitong programang ito?
Okay, honestly, just to share a little bit about this show, I'm really amazed about our team. Itong team ng DATV. We planned this over maybe 24 hours, and then all of a sudden it came to life in 24 hours. Kung kaya natin gawin ito in 24 hours, what more after a month and 2 months? And for me, I really just want to be surprised. I feel that as long as we stay together as a team, marami tayong ma-achieve. Yun lang.
All right, thank you so much. Congratulations again, William, and wishing you all the best sa iyong bagong programang Agapay Tatak Rosa Rosal.
Maraming salamat, Fiona. It's an honor for us to have you on our program for the pilot episode. Thank you very much. And of course, magbabalik ang Agapay Tatak Rosa Rosal makalipas lamang ng ilang paalala. Kayo pa rin ay nakatutok sa aming bagong programang Agapay Tatak Rosa Rosal. At ibang klaseng branding nga talaga tayo, and even on our first episode, iba talaga ang guest natin. Talaga ako ay nagpapasalamat na nakuha natin itong napakagaling na urologist. He's actually very friendly. In other words, I always call him our friendly neighborhood urologist, and he can answer anything about this very sensitive topic, which is, of course, for us men, it's called erectile dysfunction or ED. So without further ado, Dr. Joseph Lim Lee. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, magandang umaga sa iyo, William, at sa iyo, Fiona, at sa lahat ng mga nanonood at sumusunod sa bago mong show, Agapay. Magandang umaga po sa inyo.
Okay. Itong si Doc Joseph is very special sa akin dahil magkasama kami sa isang public service show na ito rin halos ang layunin long time ago. Bata pa tayo noon.
Oo, actually, ikaw, kadalasan yung resource person mo, ikaw, tinatawag mo ko sa mga medical problems.
Family is family. Magkaagapay tayo.
Talaga.
Yun ang
Pamilya.
importante. Yes. Okay. Doc Joseph, to shed light on this very sensitive topic, what exactly is erectile dysfunction? Kasi many people don't want to talk about this. Every time na they experience something, kinakahiya nila, gusto nilang mag-take ng gamot para maano ito, to activate this. But alam ko, this is not necessarily the long-term cure, di ba?
Una sa lahat, William, at Fiona, dapat nating malaman ang terminolohiya ng erectile dysfunction. Pag binabanggit natin ang erectile dysfunction, lagi natin sinasabi, nagkakaroon ng problema o hindi nawawala ng lakas ang isang ari ng isang kalalakihan para makumpleto niya ang kaganapan ng pagtatalik sa kanyang esposa or yung kanyang sinasabing partner, no? So there is incompleteness of erection o pagtigas ng isang ari ng isang kalalakihan para ma-complete ang isang kompletong sexual penetration.
Okay. Doc, how often does this happen? At saka meron ba, is this age dependent? Nangyayari ba ito pagka tumatanda tayo? Like ako ngayon, pagka tumatakbo, minsan kailangan ko ng glucosamine, chondroitin, and, di ba?
Oo.
Does it happen as you age, or is it something that can be yung para bang activated by some other thing?
Actually, sa simula, lagi natin sinasabi, William, no? Ang edad na kino-consider natin na pumapasok ang erectile dysfunction ay 50 pataas, no? Unless magkakaroon tayo ng mga problema. Kasi ang classification naman ng erectile dysfunction, meron tayong sinasabing psychogenic, ibig sabihin, dala to ng, Fiona, ng anxiety, depression, 'di ba? Yung mental health. So, pwede natin pag-usapan 'yan. This will encompass yung mga edad na 20, 30, 40. Pag sinabi ko 'yan, yan ang bagong age na meron na tayo na pwedeng magkaroon ng kaunting problema sa erectile dysfunction. Then we go to the vasculogenic and the neurogenic type, William, which is kung meron kang high blood na stroke, nagkaroon ka ng CNS problem, mga Parkinson's, pwede magkaroon yan.
Ma-trigger.
Yes. At yung tinatanong mo kanina, yung aging, that is the hormonal ED. Ibig sabihin, bumababa ang ating hormones, the testosterone, kaya nagkakaroon ng depletion, and testosterone, which is the male, very, very significant principal hormone ng male kasi yun ang pwedeng magtulong sa ating erection. So, yun ang basically natin. Now, kung sinasabi mo, is there an age now pattern? Kasi nagkakaroon tayo ng problema, William, Fiona, because ang age natin is medyo moving to the lower side. So, 40, 50, we see that, or even 30s, younger.
Really?
Yes.
So, Doc, minsan kasi, di ba, for example, meron ng ED, isang lalaki, talagang gumagamit sila ng Viagra. So, nakakasama ba yung paggamit ng madalas? Siyempre, gusto ng, for example, yung mag-asawa, gusto niya masatisfy yung si Mrs. dahil may ED nga. So, tatake siya ng Viagra, di ba? Nakakasama ba yung pag-take lagi ng Viagra?
Actually, Fiona, pag ganyan kasi, I don't give medications unless needed, lalo na pag bata, no? I try to see, titingnan natin kung ano ang cause, no? Mahirap kasi iinom na tayo ng medisina at the younger age. Most of the younger age bracket, William, are psychogenic in nature. Stress-related, depression, anxiety, and everything, no? So, yung kasi makokorek mo by counseling and everything, no? Now, yung tinasabi mo naman, Fiona, when you talk about medication involved, kasi ito naman yung, siyempre may edad, you want to satisfy your partner, pwede natin bigay, but of course, lagi natin sinasabi, principally, kailangan may prescription ng espesyalista kasi ang yung dose ay very, very important. Hindi pwedeng self-prescription yan.
I see. Para lang itong antibiotics, you cannot self-medicate.
No,
because there's a
cannot.
certain bacteria, for example, sa antibiotics, that is sensitive to a certain type of medication and so on.
Yes, Willa, sinasabi nila, it's a happy pill. Yeah, it's a happy pill, but there is a limitation of happiness. Kasi it might cause you death. Diba? Alam nyo yan, binabalita nyo yan.
So,
diba?
ibig sabihin,
happy ka, pero nakatirik
kung
naman
gano'n,
ang mata
you
mo.
will die happy.
You
Ganun
will
ba
die
yun?
happy, oo. But of course, we don't like that.
Okay.
Diba?
Okay.
Yun ang natin.
Ito naman next question. Does erectile dysfunction, does it have any connection to loss of libido? Or can you have your libido and still not have the erection?
Okay. Ang libido kasi, William, has to be controlled basically by the hormones, the testosterone, no? Yung sinasabi natin male hormone. Lagi natin sabi, yung erectile dysfunction natin, may kinalaman rin yung hormones natin. So, pag sinabi mo loss of libido and later on magkaroon ng erectile dysfunction, pwede yung simultaneous. You don't have libido, you have low libido, and of course, definitely, you will not have erection. Where can you have that, 'di ba?
Because you're not turned on.
You're not turned on, 'di ba? Even your senses, yung sabi natin, ang nagko-control sa natin, Fiona, is your limbic system, your hypothalamus. No, it's not heart. Heart is just emotion. It's the limbic system or the hypothalamus, which is in your very core of your brain that tells us, gusto ko, gagawin ko. Then your libido comes up. Then your erection. Your erection, William, Fiona, is always mechanical.
Okay.
So Doc, speaking of heart, no, since nasa heart na, so for example, nagkaroon ako ng heart problem. Kasi usually, di ba, sa old age, mga 40s, 50s, nagkakaroon ng heart problem. So, kung may heart problem, nag-cause rin yun ng erectile dysfunction.
Yes. Pag yung mga may edad na may heart problems, mga 50 or even younger now, 50 or 60, you have that classification of vasculogenic. So it has to do something with the heart itself. Kasi bibigyan ka ng gamot. Doon magkakaroon tayo ng problema kasi most of the medications that are given to you are nitrates. And when you have nitrates, you cannot drink yung sinasabi mong gamot. You'll go into
okay.
Okay, for
Cardiac
the
arrest.
ano yung generic nung ano na yun, nung
Nabanggit
brand na
niya.
yan? Oo.
Sildenafil.
Sildenafil. So
okay.
any brand, basta Sildenafil, you cannot combine it with that.
Anything that has that will enhance your erection, and when an individual is taking nitrates, you cannot
I
give or
see.
take that.
Okay.
So it's not totally a happy pill in itself. It has to be prescribed. Kaya minsan sinasabi natin, William, Fiona, pumunta ka sa cardiologist mo, magpa-clearance ka. Minsan kasi may mga pasyente tayo, di ba, matigas ako, hindi, doctor, you just prescribe to me because gusto ko yan. No, cannot. Kasi if I prescribe to you, I give you this specific...
And you die?
And you die, that's my consent.
Definitely.
My concern, di ba?
Okay. So basically, ang problema dito talaga is if it's a problem, you really consult a doctor. There's no because yung even the treatment is different from one person to another, tama?
Yes, iba-iba yon. Lalo na yung kina-classify natin, 50 ka, maaring ito lang ang problema mo. So, baka vasculogenic lang sa puso o sa dugo lang problema mo. Paano pag ikaw may edad tapos meron kang diabetes di yung hormones mo ring mas affected rin. So you might have a classification of a hormonal type of ED and then vasculogenic ED. Oo, 'di ba? So yung ibig sabihin, yung paggagamot natin mas matagal o mahirap o hindi talaga significant kasi minsan yung mga pasyente natin, 'di ba, Fiona, William, gusto nila ininom ko, doc, tapos na, okay na, kailang okay na ako. Minsan ang tagal-tagal pala.
Wala naman.
Wala
Walang
namang
instant gratification.
Exactly.
Totoo.
So, then you have to explain to your patients those indicators.
So, Doc, paano ba nadadiagnose na meron na siyang ED? For example, first time, no, na parang na nangyari to, na hindi talaga tumatayo, lahat na ginawa mo, love mo naman yung partner mo, tapos sometimes drinking kasi minsan, parang
Drinking has an effect
yun.
on it.
And then, all of a sudden, biglang nagising ka na lang one day, oh my gosh, ayaw na talaga. Paano pagpunta sa'yo, paano mo masasabi na mayroon talaga tong ED?
Okay, very good. Kasi una-una dapat i-episode mo. What is episode? Yung sabi mo nga kanina, paggising mo, wala na. How many times that it happened? So, 1 week ganyan, nangyari, medyo matakot ka na. Kasi pag one instant lang, kasi because you were drunk,
Pagod.
and of course, and the next day, nagkaroon ka ng erection. It's not erectile dysfunction in its toto. Pero pag 1 week, 1 month,
I
William,
see.
that's a problem already. Kasi hindi na nag-erect yun. So that's scary.
So, I think-
ang magagawin mo, Fiona, you have to go to a specialist to have it checked.
So, pag may ED ka ba, Doc, for example, pagising mo sa umaga, wala na rin yung erectile, hindi ka nag-erect, gano'n?
Wala, yun.
So
the
walang
definition
walang morning wood.
No, yeah, wala. Kasi that's the definition of erectile dysfunction.
Ayun na,
So,
positive.
walang erection. Di ba, Psycho, that's mechanical. Now, pag iisipin mo, kasi baka meron naman akong libido. Yes, sabi natin, kasi may hormones ka pa naman, may testosterone. But the thing is, kahit na meron kang libido, pag wala kang erection, that is tantamount to erectile dysfunction also.
Interesting. Ngayon
Diba?
pala yun, pag wala na
Oo.
talaga, pag hindi ka na talaga natatayuan.
Exactly.
Yes.
When it's like a limp cucumber, whatever thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Does lifestyle, ito siguro para sa mga, most of the people want to know this, may kinalaman ba ang lifestyle sa erectile
Yes,
dysfunction?
buddy. Ngayon, kailangan yung food lifestyle natin is very, very important.
So, it's true.
Yes, because cholesterol, large amounts of cholesterol can affect large amounts of salt, they say. can also trigger because it has to do with the heart also.
I have a question, Doc.
Tawa
For
siya.
example, bawa, nag-consult na sa inyo ng erectile dysfunction, meron siyang ganun, tapos pinalo niya yung mga treatments na binigay mo and all. May chance ba na bumalik siya sa dating sigla?
Normal state.
Oo, yes.
Okay. That's very good. Kasi lagi natin sinasabi, the medicine that will be given to you might be temporary for your temporary happiness and pleasure. You have to
Saglitan
take
lang.
note. You have to
Saglitan
take
lang.
note because if the patient is 50 or 60 years old, diba? You cannot imagine, diba? But also the patient should be notified and educated on that aspect of it, diba?
Talagang-
Pero yung period of yung consummation yung sexual performance nila pag nakokompleto naman nila at least they're happy on that aspect of it, diba? So yun naman ang purpose ng na treatment at medication. And you have to know, lagi na nakikinig sa akin, erectile dysfunction can be treated as early, wag lang patagalin, baka hindi na talaga
Hindi na talaga tatayo.
Oo.
Okay. Sige, eto na talaga yung question for the
Ito
public.
na.
Ito na ang mga may moral clauses dito. Ang erectile dysfunction, ang lalaking may erectile dysfunction, sanhi ba ito? Di ba syempre yung mga misis nila, yung mga girlfriends nila, nangangaliwa or alimbawa, tatapusin na yung relasyon dahil hindi tinatayuan. Meron bang factor dito? Feeling ko oo.
Yes.
Malaking factor.
Course, oo. Erection kasi on the basis na sinasabi natin ang male genitalia or ari ng lalaki ay ginawa yang kasangkapan para magkaroon tayo ng kompletong sexual performance. It's very mechanical. Diba? The brain thinks about it. Your hormones tends to lift your libido. And of course, mechanical, you have erection. And the erection process should be from beginning to end. Tatapusin yan. And you have to remember, William, Fiona, ang similya natin lalabas after all the libido has been up.
Yes.
Doon rin kasi ang passage nun.
Yan ang tinatawag nilang climax or orgasm. Tama?
That's the word.
Okay. Okay. Now that we've learned a lot, very comprehensive, we've talked about erectile dysfunction in a very specific talagang and detailed way. Magbabalik po ang aming programang Tatak Rosa Rosal Agapay. Binaliktad ko lang. Makalipas lamang ng ilang paalala.